All right, I don't know what this is. Stories from a Stranger. Let's watch.
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
I'm an old man. That's a good question because over time you see the same person, and then one day there's an old man looking back. You're uglier. You can't fool the women like you used to. First of all, I should have died when I was probably 19. So I feel like all of these are bonus years.
Yes.
So I feel like all of these are bonus years. Borrowed time that my brothers gave me because they died. I have survivor's guilt, especially like Doc and
Oh God, do I want to watch? Do I want to watch this? Do I want to watch this? I feel like this is just gonna be a very sad video.
died when I was probably 19. So I feel like all of these are bonus years.
Yes.
So I feel like all of these are bonus years. Borrowed time that my brothers gave me because they died. I have survivor's guilt, especially like Doc and I were really close. In fact, I'm living his life. He was a corpsman and I was in charge of his platoon. We had a lot of time to talk. So he said, well, what are you going to do when you get out? And I said, go to college. And that was it. But Doc had it all planned out. He was going to go by being a computer operator at night and going to school in the daytime. And then after he finished college, he was going to go to law school. And that's what I did, exactly. I'm living Doc's dream. Had I not had that roadmap, I don't know what I would have done. It feels good because I've had a good life.
What's your name?
William Petit.
Hunter.
I'm talking to this girl, and I asked her, how many people go to UCLA? And she said 30 or 40,000 people. I said, damn, out of 40,000 people, I'm the dumbest one here.
And I love the fact that he laughs about it. It's like, hey.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the feeling of survival's guilt.
But you know what it is? You can be the dumbest person in UCLA, but you would still be smarter than 99% of people on planet Earth. Okay? That's just the truth of it.
Well, I get that. Feeling that you're not supposed to be nowhere where you are. And just being grateful. It's not like, oh no, you're supposed to be here because shut up. Sometimes you feel like you're not supposed to be here. And you're just grateful that you are. You're just grateful that you are. And this man's grateful. He's like, I had a good life. That person, I was able to live that person's life that person didn't have. I didn't have a plan. So
I want to be doing this, but talking about computer science instead of war. That's why I don't join the military, because I don't want to be talking like this when I'm 70. Do people ever regret joining the military? I feel like I've only heard good things about joining the military. Like, oh yeah, I've learned discipline. I've learned a lot of life skills. I want to be where I was today. I want to be able to fund going to law school, right? Like, I've heard a lot of that.
took that plan on and I lived it and I had a great life and I'm grateful for it.
Dumbest of 40,000 smarter than Aspen. Aspen Gold would have probably advocated for him to like get sent off to the mines. Unironically. Bro, do you know what Aspen Gold is advocating for? Because IQ is dependent on wealth a lot of the time, and there's a lot of poor ass motherfuckers, okay, who are black. He's just advocating for black people to be sent off to the mines. That's all he's saying. He's advocating for darker skinned people to be sent off to the mines first. Bro, that's so crazy, dude. That's so crazy. I just realized that. Oh my
You
God.
can't pull the women that you used to, but he doesn't feel like resentment or anything like that. It's just like, hey, I had a good life, so
Yeah.
what's up?
What's the most painful thing you've been told?
That my husband was going to die. We called him Butch, and I met him on New Year's Eve, 1959. Can I tell you my favorite memory? Because I've been thinking about this a lot lately. We would come home at night.
Bro, this video is not for lonely people like me. Holy shit. Bro, my depression is going to get triggered again, okay? My depression is going to get triggered again. Not good, okay? No, I can't do this. Bro. Bro, people who are in my server knows how much I complain about being lonely, okay? Like, people in my server knows how much I complain about being lonely. Dude, there is no way this video is good. Okay, I'm still going to watch
whatever,
it.
and there was a little turnoff, and we used to pull off and look at the stars. He had the worst singing voice in the world, and he would sing to me. He never passed me in the house that he didn't kiss me and put his arm around me. Never. I walked by him one day. He was sitting at the end of the table, and I was going to give him a fast kiss and broke his tooth. So,
What was his smile like?
amazing.
Even after you broke his teeth?
Yeah. Actually, he came out looking much better when he had.
Okay, I am grabbing the nearest toaster and a fork. This is not related to anything, of course. I'm not referring to anything in particular.
To have this cap, so he was all right. We talked our whole life. If you don't have that going for you, back off, because I'm telling you, that's what you need. Don't ever stop talking. I read or mess with my plants or stuff like
Interesting one. Dude, I think people who do Tinder live streaming is so cringe. Because when you're like scrolling by Tinder and you're live streaming that shit, I feel like there's like some privacy you're violating. Like, sure, your profile is public and you acknowledge that it could be public, but like, dude, but they never anticipated that their profile would be blasted in front of thousands of people or hundreds of people. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. They didn't ask for that shit. And in addition, like, are you live streaming the chatting as well? Are you live streaming the flirting? Because that's certainly intimate for sure. Like, what the fuck? It's fucked up.
Like that, just anything to keep me from thinking.
You know who does that? Darius. Yeah, because Darius is like one of the most dishonest, the most cringe, the most self-centered, inconsiderate individuals on planet Earth.
Some days I'm really good, but some days
So yeah, of course. I'm more moral.
it's not so much. You just keep taking that next step. That's all you can do.
What's your name?
Also, listen, me calling Darius white is good for black people, okay? You don't want Darius as a representative of the melanated kind, okay? Darius is not a good representation for black people, okay? I'm sorry.
Irene?
Hunter.
I think it's something that I got to do a little bit more, remembering the good times, the people I grieved, you know, instead of being pissed off and shit.
Bro, he is a hoe ass ninja, okay? All right? Like Darius is what Chris Rock would say is the hard R, okay? On God.
Sometimes you can't help it. You got to remember the good times, but sometimes it's really tough. So I don't even really know how to do that, to be honest with you, man.
To remember the good times?
Just remember the good time and not feel
Like a representation of black people for Josh? Yeah, I'll say so. That's if you are black, okay?
like pissed off about the fight that someone was stealing from you, you know?
Maybe it's just a matter of like the kind of person you are. I don't know. I'm just a half glass full person. Maybe you're a half glass empty person, and maybe that's just what it is. I don't know.
No, I think it's really just circumstances.
Okay.
Because you're a glass half full, but you had a chance to drink with that person. I haven't.
Well, then how did you make memories?
You
Just
remember
said
the
it's
list
like
you
that.
had. You know what I mean? Like my hard shell started from that point, so I know how to deal with the rest of the stuff. But the being
it.
genesis of dealing with grief and dealing with losing people, that one's tough.
What's tough?
Dealing with the way that person left.
Now it's tough, or back
It's
then?
always been.
Why is it tough now?
It's always been. It's still tough because it's a hard time to process. It's a hard time to process it. I feel like I didn't have enough memories, the time to say bye, time to, and the shell was not there. So it's maybe just a little boy that still hurt before the shell got on all that. But yeah, that one is a struggle.
No, grief is very personal. Like, it's hard for anyone to tell you, I gotta do this, you gotta do that. I don't know. I don't know the answer. You just find ways for you to get by, and you try to take from other people's experiences, and you kind of just make it. But there's no like, I did this and I felt better. Well, I did this.
I think the best way to process grief is not to be alone. Turns out, like, the best medicine is to just be there for someone. I don't think there's any kind of logic or reasoning that is able to, I don't know, get past something, but yeah, 1.25? What do you mean? It is on 1.25. What are you talking about?
This and it worked. It's like, there's a
Depends
bit
on
of
who.
time, and then you kind of look back and you're like, oh, I don't feel the way I used to feel. And then you're like, okay, I guess
Also, why would you tell me to speed up? Like, you realize I'm ending stream after this video, right?
I've made progress, and that's kind of how you assess it. Because pain, when it comes to loss, is always incremental, and some of these little instances that are very consistent in moments that you have. And normally when you start to be able to move past it, and move past it doesn't mean like it's gone or whatever. It just means that you're just better at managing it. You're better at like living with it, and it's no longer this thing that you run away from. It's like, oh, it's there and it's okay. But that's something that you realize over time as you have the absence of those certain experiences you used to have before.
Sure.
So for me, I think I'm just kind of used to being grateful for anything. Because I understand what it's like not to have nothing. So just when you have somebody, no matter how short of a time period it is and how much disappointment's involved, you just think like you care this much.
You will not leave us. We need you. Hello? Did you donate before? That's my question.
Because they impacted you. And there's something to be grateful for, the fact that they even had a chance to do that. And maybe there's something unfair in how they left, or your dynamic and the fact that you guys weren't able to spend more time together. But it's like they marked you. That means that they left something in you that you carry with you everywhere you go. And there's always something to be grateful for that. Because
Oh, God. Yeah, this video is not for me. I know why you guys are saying for me to speed up the video, okay? I understand now, okay? I understand why people are telling me to speed up the video. I cannot relate to any of this shit, dude.
imagine if you didn't even have that. And maybe that's
Oh,
not
hell
comforting, maybe
no.
that's not nothing, but I don't know. I think I kind of just accepted that life doesn't always give you the maximum amount of everything you want or an adequate amount. Sometimes it don't give you enough of it. But if you got any of it, to me, that's always something that's grateful or worth being grateful for. And I think it's also what they would want you to do, which is something you should really take into consideration. Because if you want to honor that memory, then you have to think about what they would want for you. And I think anybody that loved you or cared for you would probably look at you and say, I want you to be good with this. I know it wasn't enough, and I know it was.
You can't relate at all? No. I never lost anybody in my life. So I don't know that feeling in the like even outside of relationships. Even outside of relationships, like I don't think I've ever lost anybody. Not even a pet? No, not even a pet. Yeah. The closest thing was my landlord's cat that got hit by a car and died. But like, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, I guess. But yeah.
And everything. But I want you to be good with that, and I hope one day you can be. I'm sure if I died, and if you died, you'd want your people to say that. You're 42 now.
3.
God forbid. Tomorrow, boom, you fall over. And everybody's mourning your loss. Of course, they all got their grieving process. They got to go through the thing.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
No. Yes.
Thank you so much for $10. What do you mean, no or yes? Maybe, I guess. Lucky or sheltered? Definitely sheltered. I would say it's more sheltered than lucky. Because at the same time that I don't need to deal with grief, I also don't have I don't think I've ever been in a long relationship ever. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been in a long relationship ever. So it's not like I know what it means to feel grief. Like, I don't know. I think I grieved my XCOM 2 modded runs on legendary difficulty, you know? It's probably just sheltered actually. Because it's like I wish I was lucky enough to like I don't know, get like a relationship in the first place in which they lose their lives so they have to grieve afterwards. That's crazy. That's a crazy experience, but I'm just saying, okay? But yeah, okay. I am maidenless.
But wouldn't your deepest desire be for them to try to be okay beyond you, to find their own sense of happiness and to be good with it?
That's not my battle. So
I'm asking what you want for them. I'm not asking what.
I wish them the best, yeah. So I wish them that they can get over it.
So I think that's the main thing that I kind of look at it, right? And I try to think about that person's wishes and like how I can
Not
honor
black.
them.
I
What
can't
would they want
relate.
from me? And I think that's part of the equation that also matters.
What the
And how you
fuck?
keep that memory alive.
Sure. I'll work on that, I guess.
Hey man, you know me. I'm not telling you to do nothing.
No, I said I would work on that and say, oh, thanks. I will just, yes, like you're
Yeah.
give me some work. I got to work on that.
I don't. I try not to hold on to things because generally it doesn't serve me or the other person. So whether it's anger.
So it's because you haven't had anything to really like grieve about necessarily? No. So that means that I've just never experienced grief. Yeah. I haven't experienced grief in the same sense that other people experience grief. No. No. Because typically when people talk about experiencing grief, they're not talking about experiencing grief over like an exam that they failed, right? They're talking about experiencing grief as in like loss over a life that was close to them and they actually cared about, right?
Grief, resentment, disappointment, stuff like that. It's just like once I feel them process,
That's what they
I
actually
make a
mean.
decision on that relationship and just let go of that shit. You know, except for Abdi, he stole me $500 from high school. Fuck that. I don't actually feel any type of way. I just think about it sometimes and it annoys me, but I'm like, no.
The people from high school?
No, not people from high school. Just that one instance, like, bro, why'd you steal that? I'm like, you know, if you really needed it, you could have just asked, you fucking idiot.
Oh, that person that stole from me?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah,
unnecessary. Like, why would you
Yeah,
play
yeah.
my face like that, right? But
That
now
person-
that I think about it, like, you know, maybe it's just over the last 4 or 5 years.
Have you crossed that person?
I think I saw them once at a wedding.
Oh.
Wait, better not look at me, nigga. Don't talk to me. I forgive, but I don't forget. So you're not gonna call me stupid and then try to shake my hand.
Different manner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna feel no type of thing about it.
You've never had a person in your life die? No. Bro, we're Asian, okay? Don't you know that Asians live longer than white people? By far. It's not even close. Kidding, okay? Joking. Only a really depressed could think they've never experienced grief. No, I'm not joking. I have literally never experienced... No, I'm not joking. Okay, stop. All right? You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking that I've never experienced grief before? But I've just... I'm sorry. Did you never play a game that made you cry? Yeah, of course. No. No. I don't think I've ever played a game that made me cry. I watched movies that made me cry. But not video games, no. You never had a death in the film? No. Oh, I guess my grandfather died, but like I didn't feel like he was particularly close. My mom loved my grandfather though, so I mean, that's sad for her, but um, yeah. What movie? Glory. Yeah. The Civil War movie that made me cry. What else made me cry? Oh yeah, the when I was a kid, the Chinese wuxia movie Hero that made me cry. Um, yeah. Otherwise, I don't really cry all that often. Yeah. That means if any of us die, she won't cry. Well, not necessarily. Have you never lost your AirPods at the cinema? Yeah, but that's not grief in the same way that people just. Bro, you know, of course I like of course I'll be like of course I would be like, yeah, I guess it's really sad and it sucks that I've lost my AirPods or something. Bro, you know that's not what I'm talking about. Okay.
Look, we're not shaking hands.
I had
I'm
to
being
shake hands
trolled.
with a dude that I'm not like.
Crazy you've seen Glory but don't know how dude, I don't know, they all look the same. There has to be some grief there. If your dad is as bad as his dad, is just grief. But grief in the sense of like losing someone you love? But that's not the same, is it? Typically like something like yeah, what no, I don't think that's the same.
Because my parents were there, I'm not gonna try. I'm not. The thing is that on top of that, it's funerals, so I'm not gonna try to act up.
Rest in peace.
I'm not gonna be like Uncle Crash Out. You know what I mean? Traitor ass nigga. Ugh.
Bro, I could have been standing near the casket. If that nigga come shake my hand, I'd be like,
Ugh.
Jesus. I had no one at my graduation to tap me out, but that one good friend I met during training found me and come through for me. Tap me out? What do you mean tap me out? What does that mean? Grief does not equal trauma? Unless you never cared about him? Yeah, I care about him as much as I care about myself, right? In the sense of like me trying to get around the situation in order to avoid like maximum punishment. So I have to learn like skills in order to like learn how to fool my dad about things. Yeah, like I guess there is that, right? Because he was abusive. But in terms of grief, I don't know if there's any grief there as much as the burdened childhood, right?
I'll show you. I'll show you. Say hi.
Wait, what? Then who's filming this? Who the fuck is holding the phone?
so you know what this is?
When you're in the military and you have like your graduation from basics, someone has to tap.
Oh, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So I think that's an American tradition. We don't have that here in
We don't
China. But essentially over there, yeah, this is exactly what you said. When they're done with their thing, they stand there and then their family members, because they normally get a period right after basic training where they get to spend time with family, because normally you're confined to the base for a long. I don't know how it is in the States, but for Canada, for example, you get 5 weeks. The first 5 weeks, you can't leave the base. No visits, nothing.
I didn't know that this was a thing.
Then after that, you start to get weekends off, so you can leave the base for the weekends. And then at the end of the 12 weeks before you go on your course training, you have a specific set of time to go be with your family, have your little graduation. So for a lot of people, that's the time when they reunite with their families and stuff like that. But I guess this guy, while he finished, he just didn't have anybody. And so somebody came by, so one of his friends' family member came by and then tapped him out.
That's dope, man. Yo, those bonds that you got, that you create, them times when you're in the military or whatever, the group that you have, they last a lifetime.
Yeah. You can kind of see how emotional it is for him, because like to get through basic training, for some people it's a breeze, for other people it's like a really big deal. And you know, to not have nobody show up for you at the end of that when you're like in this environment tight, and to also be in front of everyone else as they're seeing their loved ones, and it's just like everybody in front of you is like being loved, and you're just standing there. And I can completely relate to this, because me when I was in the military, my mom and I had a falling out, because obviously
He was oh shit, Apple in the military? Oh, that explains some shit. He seems to be more like he seems to be more like disciplined in a way, right? If you guys are lonely, go volunteer at a soup kitchen for the holidays.
she didn't approve of the military, you know, good Muslim woman, and she was pretty unhappy with the fact that I joined. So for me, when I was in, it was a pretty lonely experience, because like for me, basic was definitely tough as an 18-year-old, because I didn't have much structure to my life, so it was definitely very jarring to be in like a military environment. Physically, like all the aptitudes were there, but I think it's just like the make your bed this way, fold stuff this way, do this. It was just like a lot, especially for my scramble brain. It was a bit much.
Your scramble brain.
Yeah, but yeah, this memory always stayed in my head. But at the end of the day, okay, when like folks would go through stressful stuff, we all go to our specific beds in our little areas, and you get situated and you go through your shit. And there's like these two payphones in the middle of all the fucking.
You could create the relationship you used to have with them, but also I don't know your life. He paid off his mom's mortgage with his military savings. Oh, okay, for ABBA. Oh, that's so fucking cool, dude. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll grieve my mom when she passes, right? I've talked about it with my mom, and you know, I love her a lot. So, like, when my mom passes, like, yeah. But that's what I mean by not yet, right? Like, I don't think I will. I don't think that will. Like, I'll feel anything like that until something like that happens, right? Like, I'm not even sure if I'll cry over my dad's death, right? Because there are memories somewhere in there, but it's like it's mainly painful shit, and it's mainly stuff that I would rather not have. It's just like it's not the same. It's just
And
not the same.
everyone would be like lining up to use the payphone to like call family members, and you see them like, "Baby, I love you, I miss you. Oh yeah, Daddy's coming home." And you hear that the whole night, right? And I just didn't have that the whole time. So it was like 12 weeks where it's like you're dealing with shit, but you're just on your own. And for whatever reason, I was scrolling, I saw this video, and like I see this dude emotional at the end of it, and like I really identify with that because like it is a lonely experience, even though you got your platoon mates, and that's a beautiful thing. Your platoon mates are for when you are on the job. When you off the job, you want to be with your family. You want to be like with the people, the reason that you're doing this military for, or that you're sacrificing or getting this money for, whatever it is. And the fact that you don't have that, it's a tough thing. You can see the guy's eyes. If you look in his eyes, the dude's like on the verge of tears. Yep. It's like, how could you not be? You sitting there, and even though you're at attention, your peripheral still where you know what you see. Life is all about people. I remember watching this video of this Brazilian cyclist who finished the race at an Olympic event, and she didn't win the gold, silver, or bronze, but she had the best time her country had ever had. You ever seen this video?
No.
Tu merece, porra! Caralho! Pessimista, garota!
Kind of as well, like, oh shit, you was there the whole time.
That's not how grief works. Sometimes you grieve the potential for having. No, I understand. Okay, like for example, you're technically grieving when you lose something, right? At school, you're technically grieving when you lose the potential for something. You're technically grieving when you haven't invested in Bitcoin early enough, so that you feel the grief from not having, like having your Bitcoin being blown up, right? Look, I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying, but that's not the same. That's not the same as like a all-encompassing grief, okay? That swallows you whole. That's not the same. It's not the same.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you was there. Oh shit, that's dope.
I'm talking about
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah,
okay?
thanks. I feel it.
So apparently their top cyclist had been eliminated for the Brazilian team, and so when she came in as like the sub, I believe, or just one of the person in last place for their team, the rest of the team like kind of left because they didn't expect much from her, and then she ended up getting the top time for the country ever, which is still
amazing,
an unbelievable thing, right? Because you're going against the top people. Not winning gold, silver, bronze is not the worst thing if your country's progressing. That's a beautiful
Not
thing.
even your team stayed.
Yeah, that's why you see her. She's breaking down at the end. She's like finished. She's done this amazing, and nobody's there.
Thank you very much for being there, cuz. But also,
I would rather grave for the Lumirans than I would ever grave for a member of the Sandre family.
so fuck you guys. What the?
Sure.
What? No.
But right now she's just grateful. She's
Move
just
far
thankful.
away?
And
100%.
there's someone
Nah.
there who sees her and sees what she's been through and is there and is proud of her. Because when you
no.
put so much into anything, you know, be it the military, this, whatever it is, like I'm not comparing the two necessarily, but you can imagine how much
but
her
there's something.
life she put into this sport.
Sacrifice.
And to have an achievement and have nobody to celebrate it. That's why I say like,
I grieve my lost potential children every time. What? Like every time you masturbate, or like what the fuck are you talking about?
life is just
Hello?
about people. What is the point of all of this shit if you have nobody to celebrate it with? What is
I probably grieve if you died. I know you would.
the point of any of the success if there's no one there?
I would also grieve if you died. Okay.
And like that's a reoccurring theme for me. But yeah, just even watching this moment, it's like she had the accolades, but what she really wanted someone to say, "I'm proud of you. I see you. You did good, champ." And that you see her breaking down, just crying, like you see her holding all while the others let go. It's like I need a little bit. I need to give me that, nigga. Give me that. Come here.
lock in. Lock in.
Yeah, we need that.
No, I get that.
Yeah, that's all for this video. Just want to cover this topic.
He's lying. Fushas wouldn't have grief. I think I would have grief over Misaki. Of course I would. Yeah, of course I would. Okay.